This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Beat Podcast, recorded live here at Vive in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm excited to host Karli Arduini Ihde today on the podcast. She is the Director of Innovation at Northwestern Medicine. As the Director of Innovation, she has led the identification, evaluation, and activation of internal and external innovative technology solutions to issues faced by Northwestern Medicine patients and care providers. She's just doing an extraordinary job there, and we're excited to host her here on the podcast. Karli, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. And so you just got done with a fireside chat. You want to tell us about it?
I did, yes. Me and Jared Pello from Nuance chatted about our experiences with the Nuance DAX product and its impact on equity in care. And so something very important to Northwestern, very important to me. We had a really great chat.
That's awesome. Well, congrats on that thought leadership opportunity there. And so now we get a chance to have a nice conversation with you around some of the initiatives and things most important to you and to Northwestern. So thanks for joining us for this.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the organization's key drive to change healthcare delivery?
I say we really want to be at the forefront of medical discovery and making healthcare better for both our patients and communities, but also our workforce, our physicians, the individuals. We are a major employer in the Chicago area, and so also know that it's important to make the experience pleasurable for everybody.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And no, go ahead, Karli, you were going to expand.
No, I was just saying, and we've been doing it for years. We've been on the U.S. News and World Report honor roll for years, and so have a deep, we value quality. We value the research that we do in conjunction with the Feinberg School of Medicine under Northwestern University. And so really just feel that there's a lot of opportunity to make things better, and we really want to be there to do it.
That's beautiful. And I was sharing with you before we started recording, I'm from Chicago originally. Son was born there. Beautiful experience. We've had different experiences there that all have been great. So certainly we have seen firsthand the great work that Northwestern does, and we want to thank you for that.
Well, so glad to hear it.
Absolutely. And so, in your mind, Karli, what are the challenges you've seen with adoption when implementing new technologies, and how's your organization overcome that?
Yeah, I would say a couple things. So one is really finding the real solutions out there that can make meaningful impact today. And so naturally, in the innovation space, a lot of what I'm faced with every day are new AI solutions. And AI is the buzzword. It's flashy. It's exciting. So a lot of what my team does, and in participation with many people within the organization, is really look at which of these solutions are real, which can we prove in a 3 to 6 month pilot period, the real value, is it feasible, does it function as expected, do we get the outcomes we expect? And that, I would say, is one challenge of just being able to do that and to kind of filter through all the great ideas and the concepts out there and really find the ones that can make meaningful change today. And then I would say the second part is really helping people understand and get comfortable with early stage kind of unproven technology. So a lot of this stuff is new. It may not have a lot of examples at other organizations where it's been lived and used. It may not have a bunch of published articles yet. We're academic at the core in many ways, and so often want all that proof. And so it's also building a culture of innovation, helping people understand, hey, it's okay to try new things. We're going to give you a safe space to do that, to kind of build the credibility, build the excitement, build the energy, and build the business case for why we should be doing something and the outcomes we can get with it.
Thank you for that. Yeah, and I can imagine, like you said, there's so many ideas. It's overwhelming. And so making sure you're choosing the right ones and not necessarily ignoring ones that could potentially make an impact. What tip would you give to other leaders in your seat to do a great job with that?
I make sure that the work that we do is grounded in what are the biggest problems our organization is facing? What are those challenges our patients are having every day? Our physicians, our nurses, our administrators, our finance teams, everybody. how do we make sure that anything we're looking for is aligned to those biggest problems? And then really, as you talk to those early stage ideators, entrepreneurs, inventors, what does the product do? Does it actually solve that problem? Is it solving it in a new and novel way? And how are you able to measure that in the end? And because I think a lot of people have ideas about how to make improvements, not always thinking through how do you make sure you can define that success and then measure it and be able to really tell the story in the end.
Great tip. I love that. And one for all of us to think about. How is Northwestern Medicine ensuring that AI technology is implemented in an intentional, responsible way, especially when it comes to bias in underserved communities and also meeting health equity goals?
So I think again, going back to making sure we're aligned to our biggest problems, starting there. And then when it comes to actually vetting the technologies and understanding what it's capable of, we have a really great team of folks employed at NM, data scientists, AI experts, who get on the phone with potential partners, potential vendors, and really go through, how did you create your AI? How was it trained? Is it using like a ChatGPT based model? Did you create it yourselves? And if so, what methods did you use to create it? And they really are the experts in what do you need to be doing to think through and to do it effectively. And then they help us as like the innovation team understand, okay, if we're going to trial this, if we're going to test it out, here are the things to watch for, here are the things to do.
That's great.
And a core part of that are those questions around bias. How does it drift over time? And then how are you refining it over time? So really helping us think through and then set plans for what that AI needs to do within our organization.
I think it's great that you have that team to really speak the language, right, with the creators of these platforms to really understand the holes, the challenges, the opportunities. So I love that you guys have a team and a system in place for that.
Yeah, very important.
How are you planning to scale AI innovation across the health system?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things that I've been passionate about for the last couple of years, because what I didn't want innovation to be was a place that we try things out, get people excited, and then don't have a way to get it in the hands of everybody and get everyone the benefit of it. And so we've actually invested within our team of having both the folks who go out and help set up and test the new technologies and prove them. But then I also have people on my team who help then say, okay, now let's build the plan for getting it out there, getting funding, getting all the approvals that we need, get it configured for everybody within the organization. So if the tool can help one hospital, let's get it into all of them. If the tool can help one cardiologist, let's get it to everybody. And so that's really where we've said, our commitment to innovation isn't just checking it out. It's getting it in the hands, making sure we're getting all of the benefits. Our patients are seeing the benefits, and not just at one site, but everywhere.
Implement and scale.
You got it.
That's fantastic. So on the pain point side of things, as an innovation leader, what do you see as that focal point of pain that you're solving for the organization?
These days, it's really because so much of the innovation that's out there is around automation. And then so much of AI is kind of taking what used to be time consuming or people intense tasks and doing them in a much faster automated way with computers. It is a lot of helping the organization tackle those efficiency challenges. Where are we finding those big challenges? Where are people spending way too much time doing something? And so what we find is like our big area of focus, not necessarily because it was defined this way, but what people are getting most excited about are those tools that take administrative tasks off of clinicians, off of leaders, off of folks who have lots of expertise that can be used directly to help our patients, directly to help our communities, and let them do that instead.
That's great. And very exciting to have these tools now that we could really scale our workforce with. And you're living in this space, living and breathing the innovation, the different ideas. What trends or technology are you seeing that will be the most game-changing in healthcare?
Sound a little bit like a broken record here, but I think the next generation of AI is going to be incredible. And we've already done a ton to have AI help identify issues and source risks in patients way earlier than you could historically. And so I think the combination of what AI can do to scan very complex data, find insights, get those to the people who can take action on them to help our patients, to help our communities, to help even our workforce is amazing. And then I think as we think of the next generation of agentic AI and how you can really have AI just acting as a workforce on your behalf. You know, everybody knows that healthcare is expensive. It's very people intense. It takes a lot of people to do this work every day, and a lot of positions that are challenging to fill and to do. And so just the opportunity to have this AI workforce in the future alongside our human workforce, I think is going to be really exciting. And then couple that with precision medicine and being able to cater treatment specifically to you, your DNA, your history, you as a person, not just as a heart failure patient or not just as a breast cancer patient, but just you specifically. I think those two things are just going to, 5-10 years from now, healthcare is going to look so different.
Yeah, no,
in good ways.
No, for sure. Yeah, great ones for sure, Callie. And we appreciate you sharing your perspectives and your insights with our listeners. What closing thought would you leave everyone with? And if people want to learn more about you and about the organization, Northwestern Medicine, where can they find out more?
I would say in general, like, be open, be interested, be excited. You hear every day, healthcare's hard, it's complex, it's overly difficult, but we're also at a time when we now have a toolkit of ways to make it better. And this is the time. And so stay diligent, stay excited about it. And then to learn more about us, nm.org is our main website to Northwestern Medicine to hear all about the great work that we're doing across the organization. And then innovation.nm.org is specifically our area. So if you want to know more about what we're doing, you can find us there.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for those resources, Callie. And for everybody listening, check out the show notes. You'll find all the ways to get in touch with Callie, the organization. Take a look at what they're doing. Now is the time to learn more and expand yourself because the innovation's coming and it's coming fast. So take some of the tips that Callie offered to adopt it in the best way. And Callie, thanks so much for being with us. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
This podcast is produced by Outcomes Rocket, your healthcare exclusive digital marketing agency. Outcomes Rocket exists to help healthcare organizations like yours to maximize their impact and accelerate growth. Visit outcomesrocket.com or text us at 312-224-9945.